I'm Shobha. I represent an organization called Breakthrough, and I'm going to be talking about our campaign Asking for It, which is around the issue of sexual harassment in public spaces. So, so when we launched Asking for It, we wanted to play around with the word asking for it in both the positive and negative ways. So if you look at the slide, you will find how we played around or we attempted doing that both in the positive and in a negative way, because the term asking for it is generally used for around the issue of sexual harassment, where we talk about how women generally ask for sexual harassment to happen to her. So this was what our campaign was all about in a nutshell, the idea of the campaign. Then our campaign, we work in around 6 states in India, including Uttar Pradesh, Delhi, Haryana, Bihar, Jharkhand, and Karnataka. We had on-ground activities around the issues of for asking for it in all these spaces. Our research basically showed that the school children are the most vulnerable as far as sexual harassment is concerned, and bus stops are one of the most unsafe spaces. So our on-ground activities targeted around where we had online, offline activations in spaces like bus stops, auto stands, and also in some areas, metro stations. We had to go to also auto stands because there were many spaces, especially in UP, Bihar, which did not have a lot of bus stands, but the school children used to convene in spaces like auto stands for their daily commute. So we used our social media a lot to mobilize people to go to these activities whenever they were happening in main cities as such, and when they were happening in some smaller towns or in villages, we used social media to amplify and talk about the events. As far as our online activities were concerned, this campaign when we ran, there were a couple of things that our research informed. Our research informed that people, especially students, don't understand what sexual harassment is, the nuances of what constitutes as sexual harassment. The research said that while people knew, they were uncomfortable when something was happening to them, they were unable to articulate what sexual harassment meant. So we decided, I'm going to be talking about some of the 2 things that we did. One of the first things that we did was a law FAQ series, wherein we went through all the IPC sections that basically talk about sexual harassment, and we created these kind of small image series, and every day we would post them. Simple things like, whistling is a crime. If you whistle at a woman, you will be arrested under IPC certain sections, and things like that. And those series became very popular on social media for us. They were picked up by a lot of various sites, including StoryPics, ScoopWhoop, Logical Indian, and these are all communities that are very active and have a huge following amongst themselves. So yeah, and we also did a blogathon wherein we invited women to talk about their experiences. That was also shared, and all these things happened while organically. We didn't, the way social media is structured, we have to invest a lot of money for things to become viral or things to be just reach the people that we want to reach. But through this campaign, we were able to do that without investing a single penny in terms of marketing is concerned. So I'm sorry, I have to end my presentation. This was the impact. I'm just going to leave the slide right now, and thank you so much.